lot of noise, and I appreciate all of it. Every sound that came out of your mouths, I back at you, and of course, sometimes words, that's what happens. When you can't express everything with words, we use noises. That's why when you're happy and excited, you have to make noise with your hands, and you have to woo, and for me, it's the ka, because and sometimes it's different, because, you know, just like you use words in different ways, my ka is very powerful, but it says it all. It actually says, I love having you here. It says, I stay humbled in your presence, and it also says, you know, if you're too slow with the condiments, it says, pass the salt. Sometimes. My own little sound, and I use it in different ways. But there are a lot of sounds I realized, because someone asked me about my ka, and I think other people must have a ka. Once in a while, it comes out for different reasons, just not on purpose sometimes. I'm sure just sitting, ka. When you get older, when you sit down or stand up, ka. But we share a lot of noises. I realize that when we laugh, I realized this over the holidays, when there's a group of people and you're laughing, everybody has that same noise because you wind down. You do that, oh. You have to, because otherwise it would sound crazy. It's good to have the wind down, but sometimes everybody's talking and laughing and talking and laughing, and then the wind down, and then there's the lull till somebody breaks it, that oh. Barb's husband died. There's a throat clearer, you know, there's the throat clearer, that's the most common sound, I think, that has several meanings. There's a straight-on throat clear, which means, that means I'm in the room, stop making out with my spouse. And then there's the throat clear with the finger, which means I have a very important point to make. And then you have the throat clear with the kick under the table, which is which means no one at this table needs to know we have a loveless marriage. And then you have the that either you're a cartoon or someone almost slipped on the banana peel, but they didn't. Or you have the opposite of that, which is the aye, which just means someone did slip on the banana peel. They broke their front tooth and need stitches in their left eye. Or you have the kissing noise, which also has several meanings. If you have the, you could be careful with that one, because that could mean you're calling a cat, but if you're near a construction site, it's a cat call. And then you have the kissing noise with the fingers, same like that, which means it's delicious. And then you have the ooh, which means the bath temperature is just right. And then you have the ah, which means finally I can relax. Or it can be sinister, that ah, yes, my little plan is working. But then the ooh, ah means you're watching fireworks, but then the hoo-ha means you're Al Pacino in Scent of a Woman. And then you have the one snap, which means someone get me my slippers. Or snippers, maybe you're getting a haircut, I don't know. And then you have the two snaps, which means you're ready to dance. Sometimes I like to throw you off, and you think I'm going to end up down there? No. I'm going to stop right here, because I was talking the other day. My mom is usually here every single day. She's in that seat right there. You're in my mama's seat. And you're not my mama. So, but she's not here. She moved to the country. So I wanted to figure out a signal to say hi to her because she watches every single day. Like Carol Burnett did that ear thing for her grandmother. So I decided I would come up with one and I would solicit some ideas. So you have an idea, right?
Yeah.
Stand on up. What is your name?
Corinne.
Corinne. Hi, Corinne. Where do you live?
Laguna Beach.
Uh-huh. And what do you do there?
I'm a mom and a hairstylist.
And are you going to have another baby to be another mom?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Another mama.
When is that baby due?
April.
Uh-huh. And how old is the other one?
1.
Oh, and you're a hairstylist as well?
Well, just out of the house.
You just cut that child's hair, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, you're a hairstylist. And and what is the other one, boy or girl?
Girl. Shaughnessy.
Shaughnessy? Is she watching right now?
Oh, I hope.
Hello! Shaughnessy. And this one is, do you know?
A little boy.
And what is his name?
We don't know what name is.
No?
No.
Hello! Little boy. All right, so you have an idea for my mom, a signal?
I do,
Okay,
yes.
what is it?
Just a little hair toss.
A hair toss?
Yeah.
Like just the
Your
bangs?
The bangs.
Just the bangs?
The bangs.
Okay. What if you do it too much and it ruins the hair?
Oh, looking pretty good.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so just a hair toss.
Little hair toss.
Okay. Let's stand straight and look ahead and do it. Let me just see it like you're talking and you just do that. Okay.
It's a little nonchalant, but she'll know.
Yeah, she'll know. Let's see it in slow motion. Good idea. Thank you. All right. And you have one?
Yes, I have one.
Hi, and where do you live?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, and what is your name?
David White.
David, and what do you do there?
I'm a vice president and controller for a power company.
Uh-huh. You all of a sudden got very serious about that. Well, if you're a vice president a controller of a power company, that's a powerful position.
Yes, actually it is.
I mean, you can't get much more powerful than being a vice president of a power company.
You can be the president of a power company.
That's true. Are you aspiring to be the president?
Not today.
No, okay. All right. So let's see. What do you have? What's your idea?
My idea is that, Betty's from
stand out in the
Louisiana.
middle.
You come from Louisiana.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
I'm looking at this, I'm saying, Betty's going to know what a gator looks like. So if you put your palms, your hands together like this, and you kind of curl the fingers to make it the teeth thing, and you go like that. So Betty, like that, And that way, she'll know that you're thinking about it. There's no accidental hair toss thing there. No, it's like that.
No, for sure.
It's Louisiana, Betty.
Yeah. Let's see that in slow-mo.
Like that, Betty.
I like it.
Of course, you're from Texas also, so you could just do hook 'em horns.
I could do the Texas thing, too.
Yeah, you could do that, and Betty would understand that,
All
too.
right. Well, thank you very much and I'm sure you're on your way to president. All right, stand up. You have one.
Yes, I do.
What is your name?
My name is Leslie.
Hi, Leslie. Where do you live?
In Queen Creek, Arizona.
Queen Creek, Arizona. Where is that?
QC. It is right outside of like Mesa, Tempe, Chandler area.
Okay. It's outside of a lot of things.
Yes, it is.
All right. And what do you do?
I work for the best airline in the world based out of Texas.
What is it?
Southwest.
That's a fun airline, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's great.
Everybody's always making up cute little things, and they're all comedians on there. It
That's
makes it
right.
a little entertaining to fly.
Yes.
And what do you do with them?
I work in the reservation office.
Okay. And what do you mean reservations? Y'all get cards.
No,
It's just
we
first come
actually,
first. You have the reservations, but then it's the seating
right.
thing. Right.
We get to ask them where they want to go and when they want to go and tell them how much it is. And, yes.
Great. Wonderful. All right. So what is your idea?
My idea is for
stand on
you
it.
to do like this, kind of like a, I see you out there, Mom. And then if something's happening funny on the show and you want your mom to see it, like, did you get that?
Oh, I see.
Just a little peek.
Like a peek.
Yeah.
And no one will notice it.
No one will notice it, so,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I see you out there.
Okay. I don't know if we need that in slow-mo. I don't think so. All right. I think they're all good.
Thank you.
I think because what you could do, hold this for 1 second.
Sure.
So if I could combine them all, if I did their hair tossed, it's good, right? All right. We'll see. She's watching, she watches every day, so maybe she'll like those. Don't hold your breath. All right, thanks so much for your ideas and for helping me out. Everybody right here that just helped me is getting one of those a Toshiba portable DVD player. It's all of a sudden. All right. Thank you, Kevin. All right, we'll be right back right after this. They all feel so natural. I don't know which one to choose. Oh boy, we've got a great show for you today from one of my favorite movies, Crash. And if you haven't seen it yet, it's out on DVD, so you have no excuse. Matt Dillon is here. Matt Dillon! Nominated for a Golden Globe and lots of awards. It's a great movie, and he was fantastic in it. Also, from one of my favorite TV shows, Lost. Dominic Monaghan is here. Dominic Monaghan, here. We had a great show yesterday. I met an amazing little girl, Elisa Mayorga, 10 years old, sees on the news that a police dog is shot while helping his partner, his officer out, shot and killed, and she decides to start raising money to get bulletproof vests for these police dogs. And so this is her yesterday. You do what with the pennies?
I collect them to buy bulletproof vests for police dogs.
Okay, how many vests have you bought so far?
I've bought 20 vests.
20 vests so far. Well, we passed the can around. We even went into the riffraff room. And Lisa, I think you're going to be happy to know that our audience raised $1,210.88. That's for you. All right. So what I did is I put in $400 to start everybody off. Nobody thinks they're coming here to put money in a can. You don't think you're coming to church. You're coming to a TV show. And yet all of you started taking money out, and we raised $1,200. So I thought I would try it again today and pass around. Really, it doesn't have to be much. It can be, a nickel. She started collecting pennies. So anything helps. I'm going to pass it around. The can for the dog vests, and then I started thinking about it. I wear vests a lot too, and so I'm also going to pass around it's Ellen's Vest Fund, and they're nice vests, and I'd like to get more of them. I'm just saying, we're out of our budget for this season, and I don't want to wear the same vest. It's not fair to you. So anyway, and also these cans, I don't think, if we're trying to raise money, we have the vest can, and I think we need a nicer can, so I'm also going to start a can. And so we can raise money to have a nicer can to raise money in. And who doesn't love a can? And so that's that. And also go to our website if you're at home watching and want to help out. Go to our website and make a donation to raise money to make these bulletproof vests for the police dogs. Okay, last night the people made their choices at the People's Choice Awards, and I was lucky enough to be nominated. So I brought my video camera to tape myself for the people, by the people, of the people. So help me God. And guess what happened last night? I won.
And the People's Choice Award for Favorite Daytime Talk Show Host is Ellen.
Ellen DeGeneres also won the People's Choice for Favorite Funny Female Star tonight. This is her second year in a row winning both awards.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I thought, I talked about it on the show, saying if I won, I would document it. I still would have showed it if I lost, but I wanted to, because since it is the People's Choice, yes, hi. But anyway, I wanted to show you what it's like. Since the people vote for it, I wanted you to see, because basically, since you voted for it, you're up here, because you won, because you chose it, and then I won, so basically you won. So this is what it would be like if you were up here. Not really, because then you'd be up here and nobody'd be up there, and then it'd be empty. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I love you. Goodbye. Well, that's just that tiny peek. That's just a tiny, tiny peek, because I have 14 hours of raw footage, and I have to go through it before I can show you my favorite moments. Apparently, there's a pause button on the camera. Somebody should have showed me that before, because I taped everything, and there's 10 hours of me sleeping in the limo. Anyway, tomorrow I'm going to have the director's cut for you, and I'll show you that. And also, I have a lot to say about the People's Choice Awards, but you know who has more to say about the People's Choice Awards, I assume, is my new friend Wanda McDivitt in North Carolina, Durham. I believe she lives in Durham. She is the one, what's that? Durham? Yeah. Somebody? So she's the one, she told me about this G-Hall Winnie Diddle, and I thought it was just a clogger, and she wrote in and said, this is what this is, and then I called her, because she said she wanted to tell me the origin, and she enjoys telling a story. Here, this was her the other day.
I really can't tell you how much it means to me, because like I said, I think I saw you in your very first broadcast when Johnny Carson had you on. And I remember he brought you over, and I think you were the first female comedian to ever be called over, if I remember correctly. Isn't that a fact? Weren't you the first one?
I was.
I thought you were. And I thought, well, what a privilege and an honor for you, you know.
Lovely woman. That's part of the conversation. Actually lasted 5 minutes, and I love her to death. Wanda's my new friend. She clearly has a lot to say, and I want to hear it, so I'm going to call her tomorrow and see what she thought of the People's Choice Awards, because I think everybody needs a day to just kind of think about it. You can't talk about it the next day. You got to think about it for a day, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. That may be the whole show. I have no idea. If I call her, it may be just me and Wanda talking the whole show. And also, we've been showing you our favorite moments of 2005, and you've been voting on them. And later in the show, we're going to show you what you chose as your top 3 moments on the show. I don't know if you can guess what they are, but here's a clue. Don't go away. When we come back, Matt Dillon's going to be sitting right there. We'll be right back. Our first guest is a Golden Globe Award nominee who starred in one of the year's most powerful and acclaimed movies, Crash. Please welcome back to the show the very talented Matt Dillon.
Great to be here. Wow, look at this.
Yeah, they're happy people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're happy to see you. So you have some, did you see the signs that they were giving me from my mom?
Yeah, I did. I saw some signs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I thought there was some good one. What was this one again?
This is, because we're from New Orleans.
Clamshell.
It's actually a gator. He thought that would be like an alligator from New Orleans, some kind of thing like that. It looks like a clamshell. It could be. Do you have any ideas for me?
Well, I don't know. Let's see. There was, I really don't have that many. I know this one,
What is that?
Well, I thought it was like an Italian one, but it's actually, I think it's from the Three Stooges.
I think it is.
It's from right?
Yeah. And so is that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to put your hand there. I could have gotten you.
So, I had an Italian girlfriend. She taught me a bunch of them.
Well, this is a daytime show, but anyway.
No, there was more. There were 2. This one is like, hey, let's meet later on, right?
Really?
Not to be mistaken with this one, which is stealing. Stealing. And then there was this one I think, which is enough already. And we all know what that.
You need to shave, right? So you don't have one really, but this one, call me later. Or let's get together later.
This one, it's very similar to stealing. It's like, it's sort of like, let's meet later.
All right.
That one's the stealing.
All right. I still don't have one from my mom, clearly.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't really have one.
Are you going to have like a signal, like to tell somebody, like if you win, the Golden Globes are coming up next week, and let's say you win because you're nominated and you have a big chance of winning. So do you have like a sign to somebody? Like to us, like if you win, so that we know you're talking directly to us.
God, let's see. Should I just come up with one?
Yeah.
Let's come up with one on the
Why don't you do the gator thing that guy came up with?
Maybe
Yeah, why don't you do that one?
just something, yeah, like wow.
And then flick your hair out of the way.
Well, one of the things that I do sometimes, yeah, except I don't have it. I don't have it.
Yeah. Well, you can do
well,
it.
We could
it
do
just will
something
stay.
with it. Yeah, I could pretend it.
Wear it down that night so you can flick it.
Yeah.
It's all about us, Matt. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that there was one thing that I used to do with my hand when I was I take the subway sometimes in New York, is to cover my face like I have an itch on my head, but it's like an itch that can go for like a long time.
So nobody sees you?
I want to kind of go incognito. Yeah.
Well, then that would work. That one like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Hey, listen, speaking of the Golden Globes, how did you find out? Because I always wonder, how did you get called in the morning? Did you wait up?
Yeah, I got called in the morning and I was asleep. We'd been shooting long hours and, they said you won. It was great. I was very excited about it. And then I got a call from they wanted to do an interview and they asked me a bunch of questions. I have no idea what I said.
Like for radio?
Yeah, it was a radio.
Like
it was a
live?
radio thing. It might have been a TV thing. I'm not sure which one it was.
Well, you should know. There's one there in front of you with a camera.
Yeah, no, I was in bed.
Yeah.
I was in
you were
bed on the phone.
So then
I was on the phone. I was like, I didn't
probably
get
radio.
my coffee yet.
Yeah. And you don't know what you said because you just
I really don't.
Oh.
No. I was just in a fog. I just said, it's great. Yeah, it's really great. It's great to be honored. I don't really remember. But it was.
It is great. You've been honored for, all these award shows coming up, you've been honored for every single thing you're eligible for.
Yeah.
It's very
great.
cool.
I'm delighted because we never knew. Thank you. Thanks. For playing the character that I was playing, I really play like a creep in the film.
Yeah, big creep.
Yeah. Although he is redeemed in the end.
Yeah.
And I've never been afraid of coming off like playing a character that's unlikable. And I've worked with a lot of actors, and they say, "Well, I don't want to come off like that person."
Yeah.
I want to, I don't want to be a total. I'm not going to say it on this show, but, I like it. I like as long as the character's real. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, it's really. I don't know how many people saw Crash, but it is so good. There's one scene that's so hard to watch that you do that is. It really makes you, it's really hard to watch.
I have a hard time watching it. In fact, I couldn't sit through it during the premiere. I just said, I can't watch this.
Yeah. And even doing it, even shooting it, I know they shoot it a different way, but just all of it. But it's such a good movie and such an important movie for people to see. I've seen it a couple of times because it stays with you and really teaches you about prejudice and what we all think we are and we aren't. And it's a really good movie. Hey, when is your birthday, by the way?
My birthday's February.
February what?
February 18th.
I thought it was this month for some reason. Somebody told me.
No.
So what's is it a big birthday celebration for you?
No, I did a big one for my 40th. Big mistake, because then you get all these gifts that are like, you're not a kid anymore. You get these kinds of gifts and stuff. Not really a mistake. It was actually good. Sort of, gets you over the initial shock. But yeah.
Are you going to have a big, do you throw a party or did people throw parties for you?
I don't usually. And I was told to do one for the 40th, but I did, I've had, surprise parties. They're kind of difficult surprise parties because it's really nice. It's a nice thought, but I remember a girlfriend of mine threw me a surprise party and it was but I didn't know. It was like a week before my birthday, so I had no expectations. And I was really like, let's just do a quiet dinner and maybe go to a movie or something. And then, of course, she kind of, coerces me into going into this bar. And, of course, there's like 900 of my friends in there, surprise. And I'm like in my pajamas. And it takes you like an hour to kind of get used to the idea that you're not going to do the quiet, the quiet dinner and a movie after all.
Yeah.
That you're going to be there all night, Then you get used to it, and it's great,
Yeah, surprises it's hard. It's really thoughtful for people to do that, but it is a hard adjustment to make. Speaking of surprises, we have one for you. And you're going to like it, though. It's a good surprise. When we come back, I'll show you what it is. We'll be right back with Matt Dillon. That was a scene from Crash. And like I said, so Monday, the Golden Globes, you're nominated. SAG Awards, the cast is nominated. And lots of Oscar buzz, too. They're saying that you may get nominated for an Oscar, which I wouldn't be surprised. It's just, it's really good for you. That's really great.
Well, thank you for saying.
So we have a little surprise for you. Come with me right now, all right? Let's walk outside just for a second. We'll be back, don't worry.
God, I love surprises.
Yeah, I know. You'll like this one, I think. We're gonna just take a little walk outside, and hopefully things go as planned. I've never done this before. It's very exciting. I mean, I've gone outside.
Yeah, I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to not know what to expect sometimes. Let's go this way, right? All right, this way. And I'm gonna put glasses on. I should have given you some glasses too. Walk this way with me. 1 second. And, but it says, good luck, Matt Dillon.
All right, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at that, thank you.
All right. Mama, that's
So
your
nice.
sign. Your sign, it says, good luck, Matt Dillon, but it's to you, Mama. No, that's your sign.
Wonderful, thank you. That's
You're
so
welcome.
nice.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, special thanks to the folks at flysigns.com for the cool banner. I appreciate it. Crash is currently out on DVD. Look at it. Watch it. Dominic Monaghan is here from Lost. We'll be right back. Our next guest stars on one of my favorite shows, the ABC mega hit Lost. Take a look. Please welcome back to the show, Dominic Monaghan.
Hi. How's everyone? Lots of ladies in the
Yeah,
audience today.
lots of ladies in the
Lots
audience.
of ladies. I was watching the show before it began, you know, when everyone does the dancing.
Uh-huh.
I just want to throw out a little well done to the girl who did the Billie Jean dance. Is she around?
Yeah, she's over there. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
My favorite
Yeah.
part of the pre-show.
Yeah, it was good. It is. It's fun to watch everybody
Good-
dance. I
good
think you know
dancing
that we
skills.
watch when you're dancing. We're all back there watching in the dressing room. It was very impressive.
And the gentleman with the white hat, the kind of...
Yeah.
Right there,
Yeah.
there, sir.
Yeah.
Very much
Yeah.
enjoyed your work as well.
See? Your efforts don't go unnoticed.
No.
We notice them. You look great, and I like what you're wearing also. I appreciate, and you're all dressed up. I usually see you in the same exact outfit.
No, I shined my shoes today.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're so tired of being the dirty cast. I mean,
Yeah.
we're ultimately the dirty cast,
Yeah.
you know, around. We're on a desert island. We don't wash our T-shirts. I obviously don't shave too much. And some of the actors are more
But
into...
shouldn't your beard be a full beard by now? You've been on the island for... How long have y'all been on the island?
47, 48 days.
48
something
days,
like that.
and shouldn't you just have a full beard?
Robinson Crusoe.
Yeah, how is
kind
it
of
kept like that all the
putting
time?
pencils in it. Well, we did find razors, you know. I mean, there's, you see a couple of scenes where Harold Perrineau's shaving, Matthew Fox is shaving. So, you know, people are traveling with their suitcases. Everyone brings razors, girls and boys.
But they get
traveling.
dull after a while.
That's true, but you've got well over 300 suitcases on the island of crashed, you know.
You can't even find luggage when you're traveling to Chicago. If you crash, you don't find all the luggage. It's
That's
gone.
true. You know, and there's scissors. We've established scissors.
Okay.
There's a couple of scenes where Emily is cutting my hair, you know.
Yeah,
So,
by the way, I wanted to point this out.
Yes.
Here's you, and pretty much looking like that every single week, so you don't have to worry about wardrobe.
Dirty Dom.
All right. Okay. Here's Emily, and what's going on? How come she looks so good on the island?
like I said, certain people are more into it. I'm really into the kind of, you know, getting dirt under my fingernails, looking a little natty.
Right.
And other people want to look a little bit more pristine. Girls, you know girls. The whole kind of lovely princess thing going on. Yeah.
But they do look good all the time. The guys are kind of scraggly.
But it's a good-looking cast, though.
Yeah, it's a great
you
looking.
know, when you line them all up.
No, it's a good looking cast. Yeah, which is why Entertainment Weekly picked y'all as the #1 entertainer, the cast of Lost #1 entertainers
Yes, we
of
are.
the year. How about that? What does that mean? How do you feel about that?
You know, working on a show or a movie or something like that gets any kind of recognition is just, you know, it's nice. I mean, you have no way of predicting it. You don't really know what's going to be big and what's going to be not. I try and work on good scripts with good people, and the rest of it is kind of a gamble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But didn't you know? I mean, like, I loved the show right away when I saw it, and it gets more suspenseful. By the way, tonight's episode I look forward to because there's been reruns the last few. It hadn't been, and but it just gets better and better.
It's a killer tonight, and also, you know, I think the audience has been really scared about whether Charlie is gonna, you know, come to grips again with all the drugs that are on the plane.
Yeah.
And in this episode, he goes down that one-way street again. So for me as an actor, I love that stuff. I love playing Charlie as a cute, adorable kind of guy, but he has this ability to just mess up every so often.
Yeah, because you're so responsible right now with helping with the baby
With the
and
baby,
everything.
but that's all he's gonna go off the rails. He loses his relationship with Claire a little bit
really?
and the baby, and becomes an outcast, and you know has the sweet relief of drugs again.
Yeah. Uh-oh, really? Oh, that's not good.
No, but you know, you have to break down these characters to build them up again. It's kind of the hero, you know. You gotta break down the hero so he can rise.
But now, aren't we going to see? What are they called? The backenders? Is that what they're called?
The backenders.
Yeah. Is that wrong?
We call them the tailies because they were in the tail section of the plane. It's good. I'm gonna try throwing your phrase around.
I didn't think it sounded right. I didn't.
Yeah. It sounds like a sexual.
Yes,
kind
I know
of
it does,
enjoyment
and
thing.
I realize that now.
I don't want to comment on what those guys get up to in their own...
tailies doesn't sound too much better, but anyway.
That's true.
The tailies, you're getting into their background and figuring out who they are too. Right?
Yeah, we in this next episode, it's Adewale's backstory, Mr. Echo, who's obviously a very charismatic, interesting kind of guy, has a lot of relationships with God, as does Charlie, so there's a link there.
Yeah.
And it's good, you know, the relationship, you've got this very big, physically imposing Nigerian guy with this sarcastic English rock star. It's just a nice combination going on.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I really, every time there's new characters and everywhere the show takes you, I really enjoy it very, very much.
Good.
All right, we have to take commercial. We'll be right back.
Ladies.
Yeah.
The way ladies move, it's just fascinating.
Yeah, they don't all move that way, but
No. With a little bit of tuition, though.
Yeah,
you know.
that was very fancy. Thank you very much for that. All right, so let's talk about what's going on with all the driving with the cast members. I've never seen an entire cast of a show. Every single one of you is arrested every week.
Here's the thing. Let's nail a few things to the wall here.
All right, go ahead. Number one.
Number one, we didn't get arrested. I mean, I think 2 people got arrested, which I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about other people's stuff. We get speeding tickets, and the reason why we get speeding tickets is there's 3 roads in Hawaii. There's the H1, the H2, and the H3. Now, we have to be on the H1, the H2, and the H3 to get to the North Shore. So if there's a police officer sat on any one of those roads, they're going to get us because we're driving to work. You know, I drive a little bit over the speed limit sometimes, not too much. And
how much over were you going? Like, what's the speed limit?
when the speed limit is 55, I think when they caught me, I was probably going 68. 67. I can't remember. But I was very, very, polite and friendly, and tried very hard to be British when he pulled me over. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I get my license. Excuse me for a second. There you go. But, he gave me a fine, and I went and paid it, and that was that. We're not that badly behaved, I don't think. We do good work.
But just about, so 7 cast members have been pulled over.
Is that right?
Yes. The only one who hasn't is Evangeline, who was she drove on our set and broke our set. It's still broken to this day.
Well...
She's the only one who hasn't been pulled over.
Well, here's the thing about Evangeline Lilly. I'm going to get in trouble about this, but the thing about Evangeline is that on her driving license, she's Nicole Lilly, because that's her name. So, that's all I'm saying. I'm going to leave it like that. She can fly under the radar. Do you know what I mean?
So basically, she's a liar, is what you're saying.
She's a liar and a thief.
A liar and a thief. And a cute one. A cute liar and a thief.
She is kind of cute.
Yeah. You should think about dating her.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, just think about it. I think y'all would make
thing.
a cute couple.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Think about it. All right. Congratulations on all the success. I adore you and the show, and I'm very happy for your success. Lost is on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock on NBC. We'll be right back. Don't go away. It was a late night last night, the People's Choice Awards. I'm very, very sleepy, and I said Lost is on NBC. It's not. It's on ABC, and I know that because I watch it, and I'm sorry. But, yeah, Lost is on ABC. There are other shows that are on NBC. For the last few weeks, we've been showing you some of our favorite moments of 2005, and we ask you to go to the website and vote for your favorite moment. The 3 finalists of the top moment of 2005 are Cynthia Nixon, when I was trying to get her to say the mystery word jacuzzi when we had the teeth in, Deborah Messing when we were practicing for live TV, and Leah Remini when we gave her a mid-lifetime achievement award and ended up wrestling on the floor. So now, if you go to the website, you vote one more time for your favorite moment of 2005, choosing from one of these 3, and then we'll know what the top winner is. I want to thank Matt Dillon and Dominic Monaghan. Tomorrow, we'll show you what happened when I met up with Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.